Hey everybody, it's John again from Gasper's Automotive Restoration. I wanted to do a closeout video on our Chatham fire truck here. This is a 1926 Maxim fire truck. They sent it to us because there was a water neck on the top of the engine. The water return neck was all rotted away. They had a replacement and they wanted us to install that and try to find out what else was wrong with the truck. So we found a few more problems than that, and we ended up going into some more major surgery. Let me pop the hood here. And I'm just going to go around and do the other side real quick too. You can take a look in there. So we ended up, this is the water return neck right here, this cast aluminum piece that says Maxim on it, and it returns the water up here to the radiator from the engine, and we put that on, new gasket, and everything was great. Then we tried starting the engine, and we had all kinds of problems. The engine was running really, really bad, and we were trying to figure out what was going on. So we did a compression check on all the cylinders, and the best cylinder in the front was 60 PSI. And as we went back, it got worse and worse, and cylinder number 5 had zero compression, completely zero compression. So we ended up pulling the cylinder head, and we had to do a complete valve job on this, and we actually had to have 6 new exhaust valves made. The intake valves were good, but the exhaust valves were just hammered. So we wanted to, we got that fixed, and we adjusted everything, put it all back together, and we still had problems with it not running right. It was running better, but not right. And we ended up having to replace the carburetor. There was originally a bronze carburetor on here, and we had this Zenith in stock. It's a used carburetor sitting in the back, but it works really good and it makes the engine run really nice. Then we still had problems. We had problems with the intake here, trying to line things up in gaskets. I had to take this all apart and actually machine this intake manifold here on both sides to make sure it was flat, and we got rid of any rot that was on it and put new gaskets on, and we bolted it all back together, and now it runs really good. We got the timing done and everything adjusted. We got the generator here and the cutout completely restored and back on the truck. We got the starter motor completely rebuilt and put back on the truck. Basically a complete engine overhaul, pretty much. We ended up also taking the oil pan off and cleaning the oil pan out, and there was about a ½ an inch of nasty black sludge in the bottom of this thing. It was really dirty. It really needed to be cleaned, and we inspected everything. It was in good shape, and this engine came out really, really nice. Let's take a look on the other side. One of the other things that caused this thing to not run right was our ignition was had a couple things we needed to adjust on it. The coil was on backwards. Someone had the polarity wrong. This is a positive ground truck. You're supposed to switch the polarity on your coil for that. The second thing was the magneto here. Someone had fooled with this. This is a replacement magneto, a spare, and it works okay, but they had the timing all wrong. So it was trying to fire on the wrong cylinders when we were trying to get the engine running, so that wasn't helping anything either. So we've got that all sorted out, and we've got the timing correct. This magneto is weak, but it does work. We've got the spare, the other magneto that came off of it, that was given to us with the truck at the rebuilder. We're having that redone, and once that comes in, we'll send that out to the Cape, and we'll put that on out at the Cape, and it'll be all set to go. We got a new belt on here. We flushed the cooling system, and we lubed up the whole entire chassis. Oh, that was another thing we did too. The paint here on the cylinder, we tried to match it as close as we could here to this other paint. I don't know if this is faded or changed with the heat all those years, but we could try to get the paint color as close as we could, and we got a nice engine enamel on there, and it came out a lot nicer than rusty flaking paint. We didn't want to leave it like that. So the rest of the truck, we just checked it out. Everything works. It runs and drives great. Let me start it up. You guys can hear this thing. You want to turn that fuel on? Yep. Matt, what do you think? What do you say we go up and see the paid guys?
Yeah, that's cool.
No, see Manchester Fire Rescue.
Get up and go.
Yeah, it does.
Side note, it's about 45 degrees right now.
Yeah, that's true.
No windshield.
Yeah, it's a little
This is our hometown fire department here, Manchester Fire Department, formerly known as Manchester Fire Rescue EMS.
Nobody's home.
Yeah.
Everybody's inside with the heat.
They just combined with another department in town here, which was a volunteer combination department. So they had 5 engines, 1 truck company. Now I believe they're 7 engine companies, 2 truck companies eventually. It's going to be the setup. I don't know. It's a little fluid. Things are changing. But they run ALS engines and ALS truck.
Veterans Day celebrated today?
This weekend, Sunday, I think.
It's, well, the actual holiday is tomorrow.
Yeah.
The town celebrates. Do they take, is it Friday off here? Because I see a lot of people on here.
Yeah, it must be.
This thing runs really nice. I'm really happy with it. I've taken it around town for a couple test drives. The guys are on Chatham, Massachusetts, going to be really happy. So that's it for the Chatham Maxim. Remember, like, subscribe, and keep that old iron running.